The NASCAR world is exploding with talk about a potential comeback that nobody saw coming. Tony Stewart retiring from NASCAR was supposed to be final. He moved on to drag racing and never looked back. But now in 2026, all signs are pointing to something unexpected. Could Smoke actually return? Before we dive deep into what's really happening here, let's set the stage. Tony Stewart is not your average retired driver. This is a guy who won 3 Cup Series championships, raced everything from sprint cars to Indy cars, and helped build Stewart-Haas Racing into a powerhouse team. When he retired from full-time NASCAR competition, he didn't fade into the sunset. He jumped straight into NHRA drag racing, competing in Top Fuel and building his own team with his wife, Leah Pruitt. The man simply cannot stop racing. So when rumors started swirling about a potential NASCAR comeback, the entire motorsports world paid attention. Ram Trucks is making their long-awaited return to NASCAR in 2026, partnering with Kaulig Racing for a massive 5-truck operation in the Craftsman Truck Series. This isn't some small-scale comeback. Ram and their parent company Stellantis are going all in, and they need star power to make it work. Here's where things get really interesting. Kaulig Racing has confirmed 3 of their drivers for next season. Justin Haley, who has experience in both Cup and Xfinity Series competition, is coming aboard. Brendan Queen, nicknamed Butterbean, is locked in for a full-time ride, and Daniel Dye is making the move from the Xfinity Series to join the program. Kaulig Racing announced they're running the number 25 Ram truck as what they're calling a free agent program. Instead of having one driver for the entire season, they're going to rotate different drivers throughout the 25-race schedule. The team says they want to bring back fan favorites, legends of the sport, and create something bigger than just chasing points. They want to celebrate motorsports history and engage fans in a way that feels fresh and exciting. The moment that announcement dropped, Tony Stewart's name started appearing everywhere, and it makes perfect sense when you think about it. Stewart has deep ties to Dodge and Ram through his NHRA program. He's one of the most popular figures in American motorsports. His nickname is Smoke, which comes from his dirt track racing days. And when a Kaulig Racing insider account posted a cryptic message with a GIF showing Smoke, the NASCAR community lost their minds. Kaulig Racing CEO Chris Rice has been walking a very fine line with his public comments. During an appearance on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio, he addressed the Stewart rumors head-on. Rice made it crystal clear that as of right now, there is no contract in place with Tony Stewart. There's no signed deal, no official agreement, nothing set in stone. But then Rice said something that kept the fire burning. He admitted that yes, they've had conversations with Stewart. They've talked with him just like they've talked with every driver who ever raced a Dodge. Rice explained their philosophy pretty simply. They're trying to re-engage fans who maybe stepped away from NASCAR. They want to bring back heroes, legends, people who made fans fall in love with racing in the first place. And when you're talking about heroes and legends in NASCAR, Tony Stewart is at the top of that list. The speculation has reached a fever pitch around one race in particular. Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway Park is scheduled to host a Truck Series race on Friday, July 24th, 2026. This track holds special meaning for Stewart. He made his very first Truck Series start there back in 1996, driving for Muller Brothers Racing and finishing 10th. Indiana is Stewart's home state. The track is practically in his backyard. If Kaulig Racing was going to convince Stewart to make a one-off appearance, this would be the perfect spot. But let's pump the brakes for a second and look at the reality of the situation. Tony Stewart is not just sitting around waiting for a phone call. He's deeply invested in NHRA racing right now. His team just announced a major merger with Elite Motorsports for the 2026 season. His wife Leah is planning to return to full-time Top Fuel competition. Stewart himself is still competing at a high level in one of the most dangerous and demanding forms of motorsport on the planet. Walking away from all that, even for a handful of NASCAR races, is a massive decision. It's not like Stewart needs the money or the attention. He's a Hall of Famer with nothing left to prove. So, what would actually motivate him to come back? The answer might be simpler than you think. Tony Stewart loves to race. He always has. It's in his DNA. The man has said countless times that if you put a motor in something, he wants to drive it. He's raced sprint cars on dirt tracks in the middle of nowhere just for the love of competition. So the idea that he'd turn down a chance to be part of something special, to help launch Ram's return to NASCAR, to race at his home track in front of fans who followed his entire career, that's not as crazy as it sounds. There's also the business angle to consider. Ram and Stellantis are making a huge investment in NASCAR. They need this to work. Having Tony Stewart in one of their trucks, even for just one race, would generate massive media attention. It would legitimize their program instantly. Sports marketing doesn't get much better than a three-time champion making a comeback to help launch a manufacturer's return to the sport. Kaulig Racing has done this before. When people first heard rumors about their Ram deal, Rice said it was nothing special. He made it sound like normal business talk that all teams have with car makers. Then suddenly they announced a huge 5-truck program and ended their Xfinity Series team to focus on trucks. The same thing happened with Brendan Queen. They said no, then surprised everyone with the news. Bob Pockras is one of the top NASCAR reporters. He asked Stewart about the rumors. Stewart said he would not talk about anything NASCAR related. He did not say no. He did not deny it. He just said no comment. That is interesting because Stewart usually says what he thinks. Social media has been crazy with guesses and theories. The Kaulig Nation account shares inside info about the team. They have been posting hints that get fans excited. Nobody knows if they really know something or if they are just having fun with everyone. If Stewart comes back, he would join a small group of drivers who returned after leaving. Juan Pablo Montoya came back to NASCAR. Matt Kenseth drove as a substitute. Greg Biffle raced some events. Casey Mears stayed around the sport. These returns have happened before, but not often. And none of those drivers are as famous as Tony Stewart. The real question is what this means for NASCAR. The sport is trying to get back the energy it had in the 1990s and 2000s. Getting Ram back is important. When famous old drivers return, even for a few races, fans get interested. People enjoy seeing their heroes race again. It brings back good memories while still being real competition. Right now, nothing is final. Chris Rice has said that clearly, but he has not said it will not happen. People are talking. Things could work out. And everyone knows Tony Stewart loves racing. When he gets a chance to race, he usually takes it. Will Smoke race in NASCAR this year? Maybe at Indianapolis in July? We do not know yet. But just the fact that people believe it could happen shows how much Tony Stewart still matters to racing fans. He has been away from NASCAR for almost 10 years, but people still get excited just thinking about seeing him race again. Keep watching. Things could change fast. In NASCAR, the best surprises come when nobody expects them.